This is the quarterly market report for Cedar Ridge Estates in Lake Arrowhead, California. My name is Jonathan Viero. I'm a local real estate agent with Team Lake Arrowhead and Corcoran Global Living. So a couple different things have changed in Cedar Ridge Estates from last quarter. The first and foremost is that the luxury estate or real estate market has experienced a return of a more normal pace. And that's actually great because we're seeing a moderation in number of sales, a rate of price increases, and that's actually relieved pressure on the market that has built up over the past 2 years. So we can be considered that we're heading towards a buyer's market, as that's still favorable. It is considered that we're moving towards a buyer's market, but I still think it's favorable towards sellers. We really haven't seen that much of an increase in inventory, and as long as that doesn't increase drastically, then sellers will still have the favor in the markets. We've also seen still a high buyer demand for properties in Lake Arrowhead and especially Cedar Ridge Estates. In my expert opinion, affluent homeowners are waiting a little bit to put their home on the market. They might be uncertain about how the real estate industry is going to do, and with the interest rates and some other current events that are happening, they might be uncertain about putting their home on the market. So that's why inventory has actually stayed pretty low. The buyer demand is also still pretty strong regardless of the interest rates. Obviously, if they keep going up, they're gonna affect and soften our buyer demand more. But what I'm seeing is that a lot of buyers are coming up from Orange County and LA and San Diego. They're buying these homes all cash with trusts or 1031 exchanges. They're pulling money out of their businesses and investing into something more stable like real estate. So we're really seeing a lot of capital preservation in Lake Arrowhead, and that's still great because we are a second home market and we need that. So as far as luxury buyers, they're trying to reprioritize the focus, and they're focusing more on continuity and stability. So that's why they're probably putting more homes in, or they're putting cash into homes instead of crypto, fine art, luxury cars, and they're keeping it out of the stock market. So that's why we're seeing a lot more demand for these properties up here, and that's going to be consistent probably for the next couple years. For Cedar Ridge Estate specifically, the average sales price is $1,062,000. So the average sales price has actually increased since last quarter, about $100,000, and that's because we had a great sale last year on Pheasant Run. And of course, there's a wide variety of homes in Cedar Ridge, so $2 million doesn't fit every property, but this is for the typical home in Cedar Ridge, and that is a 5-bedroom home with about 5,000 square feet, is selling for about just over $2 million. The average days on market that Cedar Ridge is taking to sell, like a home in Cedar Ridge is taking to sell, is at 197 days on market, and that's better than the community's average, but it is more than last quarter. That might be because we had just particular sales that took longer, or sat on the market longer. So we're kind of looking at the trend line, and the trend line is still about 250 days on market. So that's how long it typically takes to sell a home in Cedar Ridge. Cedar Ridge's homes are selling for about $385 per square foot. And again, this is for the typical home. The highest price foot a home was sold for this quarter was at $482. So you can take that number and run it against your home. That's probably the best case scenario to get your home sold at. The other thing that to consider is that the list price to sales price ratio is at 94%, and that's actually still at a record high for the community. Homes are being bought and sold at really close to asking, and some of them are actually going over asking, which is relatively rare. So there's a couple main factors that are going to affect Cedar Ridge Estates in this new quarter and into the next near future. The big one is just the economic slowdown and how that changes people's emotions. With the interest and increasing interest rates, it's softening our buyer demand, and some people are becoming uncertain. An increasing number of buyers and sellers are sitting on the sideline, and real estate transactions are decreasing. We're going to see the typical seasonal slowdown, which we've already started, and that's the major factor for our market. With most people's attention on their families and on vacation, we typically experience on average a lower number of closed sales in the fall. So it doesn't necessarily mean that our market's crashing or that nothing's selling. We get this every single year. So the best time to sell your home is typically from March till about August. August sells the most real estate, and March is when the most real estate is listed, March and April. So Cedar Ridge homes, home values are going to be trending, I think, just a decrease slightly over the next few months. And then once we recover in the spring, I anticipate it to actually continue to increase over the next foreseeable future. So it just depends on how much inventory we get in the high-end market of Lake Arrowhead is really going to depend on, it's going to be the variable on how much prices decrease. But I have a strong belief that inventory will decrease with our seasonal slowdown, so actually prop prices up because there'll be less, if you're buying right now, there's going to be less properties on the market. On the other hand, I think I've noticed a certain high-end homes that actually sell for a premium regardless of the current market slowdown and uncertainty. So that brings my conclusion that in today's market, if your property meets the criteria for the majority of the buyer pool and buyer demographic, and your home is fairly priced, the probability of it selling quickly and for a desirable price is higher. So you really just need to consider how you present your home to the buyer pool and what you list it for more than ever. So I'm happy to kind of look at your situation and help you, chat with you, and gain an understanding of your needs and figure out an opportune time to sell your home. So just keep that in mind when a good time to sell your home is, though the future is uncertain, and I would rather you sell your home now in the next 6 months when we have the holidays and get a good price than take the risk of listing it later and getting less money for your home. So those are my predictions for the quarter of number 3 of 2022 for the Cedar Ridge Estates. My name is Jonathan Viero. If you guys want to get this quarterly market reports every quarter for Cedar Ridge Estates or any of the other communities in Lake Arrowhead, I can email them to you. You can watch the YouTube videos. I also can mail them directly to you. Just reach out to me directly via text message, call, or email. All that information is in the description below. I'm happy to send that to you and also consult with you if you're considering buying or selling real estate up here. A lot of things are changing, and it's definitely not an easy market to just show up to and do well in. So yeah, give me a call, Jonathan Viero, and thank you for watching the video.